All right, fam. The Vegas Eagles back. Got new gear. My Sherpa keeps me nice and toasty. Um, I know it's been a while, but I wanted to come back with a new episode. So much has happened since the end of the season. We got Carson Wentz traded. We got Doug Peterson fired. We got the NFL draft today that just completed the first round, and we got the NFL schedule coming out May 12th of this year's a couple weeks away. But there was something I needed to get off my chest tonight as I started to put all these pieces together in my mind. And I'm entitling this episode The Ripple Effect. And I'm going to take you back to the end of the season. We had a meaningless Week 17 game after the catastrophic loss in Dallas, where we could have put ourselves in a position to win the division. And if you remember, we took a 14-3 lead. Deshaun Jackson catches that bomb touchdown from Hurts, and it looked like we had some promise. Win the last two games, we would have won the division. But alas, went to crap in Dallas, and then caused the last game to be meaningless. And then, if you remember, Doug decided to basically rest a ton of the starters, including Deshaun Jackson, in the finale. But we did start Jalen Hurts, and in that game, the Eagles actually took the lead. But we knew that if the Eagles had lost that game, we would be the number 6 pick in the NFL draft. And if we had won, we would have been the number 9 pick in the draft. So that was the difference between being 4-11-1 versus 5-10-1. So we finished season 4 and 11-1, and we lose the game. We fall to the number 6 pick. And in the second half, Jalen Hurts gets pulled from the game in a game that was competitive, and then now Michaels and Chris Collinsworth went all crazy and just say, how could the Eagles do this? And they're disgracing the game and all that nonsense that is just it's just sour grapes because they didn't have a good Sunday night game, which they never should have put the game on Sunday night. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that loss, that tank job, was so huge, and the ripple effect, the chain of events that happened because they tanked that game, that was the smartest thing they could have done by miles and miles and miles. And I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, so week 17, the Eagles lose to the Racists 20-14 in the meaningless finale. Again, we go from the number 9 pick if we win to the number 6 pick if we lose. And with the loss, we knock the Giants out of the playoffs. They would have won the division if we had won, but because we lost, the Racists win the division. And then they go to the playoffs. They lose at home to Tampa Bay and Tom Brady, and then which was basically like a bye week for Tampa. And then Tampa goes on and beats New Orleans, beats Green Bay, and wins the Super Bowl over Kansas City. But we get the 6th pick. Then after that concludes the season, and we're 4-11-1. Then the dominoes start to fall. We fired Doug Peterson, which is going to be a whole other episode because I still maintain that was a mistake, and we really shouldn't have done that. But then we traded Carson Wentz, and to be honest, I really think we got exactly what I think we should have gotten. We got a 3rd-round pick in 2021, and then we also get Miami's, or likely the Colts, I'm sorry, their 1st-round pick in 2022, likely the 1st-round pick. It depends on the percentage of snaps that Carson Wentz plays in 2021 for the Colts. I think it's 70% of the snaps. So if he plays 70%, this is a 1st-round pick. If he does not, then it converts to a 2nd-round pick. So this is what we get for Carson Wentz. And to be honest, I mean, he had a star-crossed tenure in Philadelphia, and I really think it was good for everybody that he moved on. I wish him the best, but it just too many bad things and weird things happened with injuries and winning the Super Bowl without him, and he just really was horrible last year. And I just think it's a good start for everybody if he goes to a new location, a little easier media market in Indianapolis than compared to Philadelphia. So I do think it's good for everyone that he moves on. So anyway, so we get we get for the value for Carson. So then we move to tonight in the NFL draft. Now, a few weeks ago, the Eagles trade down from the number 6 pick that we had gotten to number 12 this year with the Miami Dolphins. And we get Miami's 1st-round pick in 2022. So now we're sitting at number 12 tonight. And not that I'm too sophisticated on college players. I love watching college football, but I wouldn't say that I'm super knowledgeable about all the players. But we know the Eagles' main needs position-wise, and I think that's what I looked at the draft to. Like, I want to make sure that we're drafting the right position. You never know who pans out and who doesn't pan out as well, but you just want to make sure you're targeting the right positions. So most of what I've been reading was that the two guys that hopefully would be around there at 12 would be Patrick Surtain or Devontae Smith, both in positions that we need. Surtain at corner and Smith at wide receiver. And I also think we need offensive line and defensive line. Those are, I would say, the four areas, and also linebacker. But linebacker is not something that you draft too high, from what I've seen in the past. So I think those are the four major areas of need. So any of those four areas, I'm all in. But it looked like, as far as value was concerned, Surtain and Devontae Smith would be the two guys that hopefully were there. Well, unfortunately, Surtain gets drafted earlier, so he's out of the picture. So then the Eagles are sitting at 12. Devontae Smith is still on the board. The number 10 pick is those cockroaches from Dallas. But they don't need a wide receiver because they have so many. So the Eagles utilize the third rounder in the Carson Wentz trade to go from 12 to 10. So they convert the value there to leapfrog the Giants, who were going to pick at 11, who were almost certainly going to take Devontae Smith at that point, from everything I've read. Eagles get to 10. They take their man Devontae Smith, thereby forcing the Giants, who at that point there was no one of value for them at number 11, to go down, and the Giants then trade down with the Chicago Bears. The Bears move up to get Justin Fields. I show you all of this because this loss was the ripple effect for all of those things to happen. We converted this number 6 pick, and by moving down to 12 and then back up to 10, we still got our guy Devontae Smith, and we got Miami's first round pick next year. And that little extra off the Carson Wentz trade, we still have the Colts' first-round pick likely in 2022, and we only then gave up the third rounder to move up from 12 to 10 to get the guy that we wanted in the first place. So hey, if you tell me I'm gonna trade Carson Wentz for just the first-round pick, just their first-round pick in 2022, that's good enough for me. But also, we use that extra value to jump up the 2 spots that we wouldn't have been able to even do if we had won this game. So we got this converted straight to a first-round pick because we got Miami's pick by moving from 6 to 9. I'm sorry, I out of order. But from 9 to 6, we get that pick by losing that game, and that value allowed us to trade down to 12 with Miami to get their first-round pick. So hopefully this makes some semblance of sense, but it just shows the huge value that the Eagles got by tanking that Week 17 game. And don't let anybody else convince you otherwise, because that loss was so smart for the Eagles to lose that game. And again, some people out there say you play to win the game. No. You play to win the Super Bowl. And if you can't win the Super Bowl in a meaningless Week 17 game, you do everything you can to put yourself in the best position to win the next one. All right, fam. I'll have an episode on Doug Peterson in a little bit. I'm also going to be doing a full schedule breakdown when that comes out May 12th. In the interim, hope everything's going well, everybody. I hope you're getting your vaccinations so we can resurrect society. And I'll talk to you soon. Go Birds. And hey, if you want free money, you take the Philadelphia 76ers to win the Eastern Conference at plus 440. You heard it here from the Vegas Eagle first. We out, champ.